Welcome to Pulse of Africa channel, your reliable place for real, up-to-date news from across Africa. If this is your first time here, please make sure to like, share, and subscribe so you stay updated, informed, and connected to what's really happening from across the continent. Your engagement keeps our voice alive and strong. Let's get in the news.
Burkina Faso's President Ibrahim Traoré made history on Monday when he became the very first head of state to receive the Alliance of Sahel States biometric identity card. This wasn't just a ceremonial photo opportunity. The moment carries profound significance for the future of regional integration in West Africa and represents a clear break from decades of established order. The card was personally handed to President Traoré by Burkina Faso's security minister, Mahamudo Sana, in a ceremony that marked the official launch of what will become a Sahel-wide identity system spanning 3 nations. The Alliance of Sahel States, commonly known by its French acronym AES, comprises Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger. These 3 nations have been charting an increasingly independent course in regional affairs, and this biometric identity card represents perhaps the most visible symbol yet of their collective determination to forge their own path. The timing is particularly significant because it comes on the heels of the bloc's formal exit from the Economic Community of West African States, better known as ECOWAS, which has been the dominant regional organization in West Africa for nearly 5 decades. According to reports from Africa News, the rollout of this new identification system will proceed systematically across all 3 member states of the AES, fundamentally transforming how citizens of these nations identify themselves and interact with government services. But to understand why this moment matters so much, we need to look back just a few weeks to see how we got here. Let me take you back to November 6th, 2025. On that date, Burkina Faso's Council of Ministers convened for what would become a landmark session. They formally approved the launch of the AES biometric identity card, describing it as a crucial milestone in modernizing the country's entire identification infrastructure. This wasn't a rushed decision or a reactionary move. It was a carefully planned step in a broader strategy to assert institutional independence and regional identity. The specifications of this new identity card are impressive and demonstrate a commitment to international standards. The card will remain valid for a full 10 years, providing long-term stability for citizens who obtain it. More importantly, it incorporates advanced biometric data, utilizing cutting-edge technology to enhance security measures and streamline access to public services across the board. The card's design and functionality meet international standards, ensuring that citizens of AES member states won't face disadvantages when traveling or conducting business internationally. What makes this initiative particularly noteworthy is its explicit framing as an instrument of regional integration within the AES framework. Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger are not just creating new identity documents. They're building the infrastructure for a new form of cooperation that operates outside the traditional ECOWAS framework. This represents a fundamental reimagining of what regional integration can look like in West Africa. The technical capabilities of the AES biometric identity card are designed with both security and accessibility in mind. Government officials have emphasized that the card will be secure, reliable, and fully compliant with both regional and international norms. In a move that demonstrates inclusivity, the card will be available to all Burkinabe citizens starting from the remarkably young age of 5 years old. This early enrollment ensures that virtually the entire population will eventually be captured in the new system. The 10-year validity period strikes a balance between longevity and the need for periodic updates to biometric data as individuals age. Perhaps most importantly, the card is designed to facilitate seamless access to social services while simultaneously strengthening overall identity security, addressing 2 critical needs in one integrated system. Now, implementing such a sweeping change to a national identification system isn't something that can happen overnight. The architects of this program understand that, and they've built in important provisions to ensure a smooth transition. The Burkinabe government has established a 5-year transitional period, during which old identity cards will remain valid across all 3 AES countries. This grace period is crucial because it prevents any sudden disruption to citizens' lives and gives everyone adequate time to obtain the new biometric identification. After this 5-year window closes, the old cards will be completely phased out, and the AES biometric system will become the sole recognized form of national identification across the Confederation. This phased approach shows pragmatic governance and consideration for the practical challenges of such a massive administrative undertaking. there's something genuinely historic about what we're witnessing in the Sahel right now. The AES biometric identity card represents far more than just a new piece of plastic with a chip in it. It's a statement about self-determination and regional cooperation outside the frameworks that have dominated West African politics for decades. What strikes me most is the deliberateness of it all. This isn't a hasty reaction or an emotional break. The removal of ECOWAS logos, the careful 5-year transition period, the adherence to international standards, all of these details suggest thoughtful planning and a long-term vision. Whether you agree with the political direction of the AES or not, you have to acknowledge that this is governance with intention. Of course, questions remain. How will this affect the relationship between AES states and their ECOWAS neighbors? Will citizens of Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger face challenges when traveling to other West African nations? How will trade be impacted? These are all legitimate concerns that will need to be addressed in the months and years ahead. But what's undeniable is that the Sahel region is charting its own course, and President Traoré's receipt of that first biometric identity card will likely be remembered as a defining moment in that journey. We're watching the birth of new institutional arrangements in real time, and that's something that doesn't happen very often in international relations. And that's our in-depth report on this historic development from Burkina Faso. If you found this coverage valuable and want to stay informed about the most important stories shaping Africa today, please subscribe to the Pulse of Africa channel. Hit that subscribe button, give us a thumbs up, and share this video with anyone who wants to understand the changing dynamics of West African politics. Your support helps us continue bringing you professional, in-depth coverage of the stories that matter across the continent. I'm signing off for now, but we'll be back soon with more news from across Africa. Stay informed, stay engaged, and thank you for watching Pulse of Africa.